Welcome back to Bump 200. As usual, we're involved in jiggery pokery. World's fastest bumper car update. Yes, where did we leave off? Steering and shifting and stuff. So just to make sure on the steering, I'm going to flip this for the other side because even though it's technically a left-hand spindle, I'm going to test it on the other side, on the right-hand side, because we want negative camber, not positive camber, which is what we've got at the moment. So we'll give that a go. I haven't quite worked anything out for the old gear shift yet. I've got some ideas though, which is always dangerous. And then next up will involve fueling the beast, yes. Which we'll start with finding where the hell the fuel lines are actually. I can't remember. Somewhere down here. And it's going to be quite complicated because this involves, well, the R6 at least had an internal fuel pump in the tank, which we're not going to get off Amazon for a lawnmower. So we might need an external. We might have to fit an R6 internal fuel pump to a lawnmower fuel tank. Yeah, complicated, right? We're probably going to mount it back there somewhere, which will involve fuel lines up to there, obviously. Substantially longer than your average motorcycle fuel lines because they basically sit the fuel tank on top of the motor. So, yeah, there's that. Simple enough. So, here's where I got to with this. Well, I think what we're going to do is flip that all over here. So we've got the right camber. And possibly look at moving the whole thing back to the original holes, an inch forward with the wider track. And if we have to, we'll just modify the bodywork there. Yeah. That way we get wider track, we still retain the wheelbase, and a squeaky monkey. It's a win-win and a bloody lot of work, but let's get on with it. Give it a go. So, all flipped, and on the front wheel bracket mount, so we've got our extra inch of track, and we're back on the original wheelbase, and we've got plenty of room. Looks like these could work after all. Now we just need to cut them short and rethread it. Not so confident about that. Not quite sure whether that's going to work either, in terms of bolting it to the actual Heim doofer there. It's a little bit inboard, isn't it? Shortened. Kind of works. Kind of works. A little bit more toe in than we wanted, and interference. Blimey. I'm definitely leaning towards plan A. It's very close there on the Heim joint, so either just screwing it out a bit or adapting a bracket there, I think is the solution. So I think what I'm going to do is fabricate up a piece that will go across there like that, and that is with the wheel roughly no toe in, no toe out, so we've got a little bit of adjustment on here, and then I guess we'll need to kind of weld that together somehow. If only somebody had left me some welding equipment to do that with. Aha! Want something like that. There, that should do it, something like that. There we go, modification number 237. Wheels off for the 255th time. More modifications to be done for the gear shift mount bracket thing. Yes, we're going to be gouging. Stage 1, you can see, Mr. Bing has come to help. I've had another look at this. I've had a look at how I originally had it set up, which was kind of more that angle. And I've come to the conclusion that it never actually worked properly. We could shift down into first, but not up the box. So we've got some issues. Main issue is that's as far out as that'll come, which is why we're crashing into this here. We've kind of resolved that problem. There is a very simple solution, and that's that. We could shift by hand, but there's a problem with that too, because it would be this hand, which is also the clutch hand. What do you think, Mr. Bing? On this end, we could flip that so that the heim joint is on the outside. Then we'll have kind of an angle going up towards there. Don't think we can extend that very much. We can't really extend that very much. Not easily anyway. But then, since when was anything easy on this project? As you can see, it's not for want of trying. So, I think that's our optimum pedal situation, where it is now. This is the issue. This potentially is our optimum lever situation. And as you can see, it's a long way out. It could come in a bit, but still a long way out. And that's going to make it all a little bit rickety. And with the gear shift, we don't want rickety, we want snickety. And of course, that's not that easy either, because that's not an Allen bolt, and that's not a standard heim joint thing. That's a ball in a socket. So we'd have to drill all that out and put one of these in. Bloody hell. The bears come to help. Alright, decided to try some spacers. Small spacer here, could do better. Spacer here. And spacer here. Yeah, it's all a bit waggly at the moment, because we're just playing with what we got. But that has moved our shift rod further out, so we have got some wiggle room. I think this is the way to go. So this is the original part for that there. This is the original Yamaha part, which is obviously like a 10 or 11 mil shaft here, shoulder, and then an 8mm bolt. So at the moment I've just got an 8mm bolt in there, which is why it's all waggling around like that. And that 8mm screws into that, which obviously would be a shame if we have to drill that out, but if we have to, we have to. And then we throw a 10mm or even a 12mm in there, like that, with a shoulder. Then we might be able to come out even further. Not a whole lot more we can do on the other end. We might be able to put a slightly longer bolt in there with a slightly bigger spacer. I don't know. Longer bolt, longer spacer, more clearance. Longer bolt, bigger spacer, more clearance. Here. We are clear of the obstruction. What's more, we're actually clear of the mount with that bit. So no requirement for our modification after all. But we're only just clear, but a slightly bigger spacer here. And this is still an 8mm bolt. I like the idea of a 12mm because that's what will actually fit through this snugly. And of course it's substantially more robust. So I think that's what I'm going to do. See, where there's lunacy, there's always a way, at least in here. There is, however, one question that remains. And that is that normally this point here would be down here, which gives you 1 down, 5 up. So having inverted it, does that give us 1 up, 5 down? Answers in the comments below. I'd be interested to know whether you can work it out. I can't. Ah, yes, welding. We were going to do some welding, weren't we? Yeah, and of course that means safety goggles. But I don't think these are going to cut it. But 10 minutes are up, so we'll have to leave it till next time. And I will resolve the gear change, I promise. And we will be doing some welding. Thanks again for tuning in, as always. Tune in again, obviously, in which case, if you haven't already, subscribe down here somewhere, give the video a thumbs up, and of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.